So virtual lab, what could be, we can just define this particular term virtual lab. What could be virtual, which is not physically present? A lab where we do some sorts of experiment. So altogether, we can say virtual lab is a platform which has the same attributes of physical lab, where you can just perform the experiments virtually. Virtual lab is an initiative taken by Ministry of HRD. Formerly, it was known as Ministry of HRD. Right now, it's known as Ministry of Education, under the edges of National Mission on Education through ICT, which is Information and Communication Technology. As we know, day by day, there's a gradual increase in number of technical institutions per year. So the number of engineering graduates passing per year is very high. Still, we are not getting the jobs. What is the main reason behind it? Somewhere we lag behind the practical knowledge and we are focused on the theoretical one just in order to pass the exams. And we are also aware about day-to-day situation of COVID-19 pandemic. Multiple job vacancies are driven away from the market. And the competition level at the industrial market is very high. In order to overcome this, Virtual Lab has collaborated with various research institutions across the nation to fill out the gap areas what the students are facing. Now, talking about the quality education for all, whatever the labs you are going to access over here has gone through various level of quality checks, which is done by various prominent professors of IIT. And equal opportunity is served to each and everyone. Now let's look at the salient features of virtual lab. Anytime, anywhere lab, which means you can access these lab at any point of time at any place. These labs are completely free of cost. Now the question would be arising in your mind, what are the requirements in order to access the virtual lab platform? So there are basic two requirements. One is the good internet connection and the other one is the device. Either it could be a PC or a laptop. Surprisingly, some of the features of virtual lab can be accessed through your smartphone as well. Now, the very interesting feature about virtual lab is that it is developed in self-learning mode. What does it mean? Whatever the labs you are going to access over here is developed in such a way that you don't need anyone's assistance or guidance. You're your own teacher over this particular platform. We have n number of innovative experimentations over here in virtual lab platform. There are certain boundaries in physical lab. You have to revolve around that particular boundaries. But talking about virtual lab platform, you can do the stuff out of the box. We have more than 100 virtual lab which are already developed in virtual lab platform, and each lab consists of 6 to 7 experiments. So altogether, cumulatively, we can say we have more than 600 experiments to have a hands-on. Now, this is not only the stop. There are multiple more labs in the pipeline. Sooner you will find some of the more new labs in virtual lab platform. Now, in order to perform something, there must be a motivation. So these are the motivational factors behind the virtual lab platform. Physical distance limit doing experimentations. So we can consider the day-to-day scenario. Right now, this physical lab is not very feasible. You cannot go to your physical lab and have a hands-on on that particular equipments. But through virtual lab platform, this particular gap area can be bridged up. Sharing of costly equipment. Certain equipments are very costly. So there are few in number of institutes. So what happens, we are grouped in 4 or 5 just in order to have a hands-on on that particular dedicated equipment. 2 of the students are performing it, rest are just watching it. Somewhere they lag behind the certain of the important points. So this can also be overcome through virtual lab platform, where each and every student is going to get a single dedicated equipment to have a hands-on. Now talking about the proliferation, I hope this is very interesting term and everyone has heard about it. If not, I'm not going to elaborate it right now. Proliferation means a rapid increase. So there's a rapid increase in the quality of the labs over here in virtual lab platform. Somehow, for a single topic, 2 or more institute has developed this particular lab. If one of the institute has not covered a certain point, is covered by another institute. So you can see the plethora of resources is present over here. You have to just go through the each and everything, which we will just simply see in the demonstration part. Now, this is the basic idea behind virtual lab platform. As you can see, n number of remote users can access this virtual lab platform through a good internet connection. So this is the basic idea behind it. It's very informative. You can simply see and understand through this particular slide. These are the objectives of virtual lab project. As we have already discussed about it, the first point, it provides a remote access to various disciplines of science and engineering. You can remotely access through your laptop to each and every disciplines of science and engineering through virtual lab platform. Now, who all can attend this particular workshop? All the students of UG level, PG level, and research scholar. Whoever has the will to learn can access this particular platform to gather the knowledge. Now, basically, we have 2 types of students in every classes: the fast learners and the slow learners. Fast learner gets the things very quickly in the fraction of seconds, you can say, and the slow learners takes time in order to understand that particular dedicated topic. So in this particular platform, Virtual Lab, there's no time boundation. If you are a slow learner, you can spend 5 minutes on that or 5 hours on that particular topic. If you're a fast learner, you can simply spend 5 minutes. Whatever the time required for a particular person to understand the thing is dedicated to him. Now, talking about the curiosity, the UI of this particular platform is designed in such a way that it makes interactive to learn the things. That's a complete learning management system. Each and everything you will find at a single place, the animation, video tutorials, demonstrations, self-evaluation. So you don't have to go here and there. All the things are dedicated at one place. Now let's have a comparison between a physical lab and virtual lab on the basis of these following factors. First is the cost. If we talk about the cost, in order to establish a physical lab will require a lakh of rupees. We have to invest on heavy duty equipments, multiple more things. But talking about virtual lab on the contradictory part, it's almost nil. What you need is a good internet connection and a device. That's it. Talking about availability, it's limited in time and space. You can consider the day-to-day scenario. Not every time physical labs are available, but talking about virtual lab, designed in such a way that you can access it whenever you want, wherever you want. Talking about experimentation, there's limited options for innovations in physical lab. Once you are going to a physical lab, there's a huge board of do's and don'ts. According to do's and don'ts, you have to act on the physical lab. So this basically limits us between what we can innovate ourselves using this particular physical lab. But talking about virtual lab, it provides you a wider and a safer option. Why so? Wider and a safer option. Let me have an example for this. For example, consider an EC student. If he's going to a physical lab and having a particular circuit, he's just making a particular circuit. When we just make a particular circuit, suppose that you're just connecting the two terminals of the battery. That could be hazardous. The outcome of that could be hazardous. So once you are just going to the physical lab, you can just innovate yourself using these all equipments. You can just play yourself using this particular equipments, and just it will let you know what could be the extra outcome of this. So these are things you can just simply perform in virtual lab platform. Considering the fourth point, the user experience. If we talk about the physical lab, physical labs are the best and virtual labs are the second best. Why is so? Physical lab is the best. Look, students, we are not here to replace the physical labs. Certain things cannot be done in virtual lab as well. Suppose, for example, when we mix the two chemicals, there's a pungent smell coming out of it. Do we have that kind of advanced technology that your computer is going to emit such kind of fumes? The answer would be probably no. Real-time exposure to the equipments. These all things can be done in physical lab. So what I suggest is that before going to the physical lab, you can simply go to the virtual lab platform. Once the pandemic is over, right now you can directly go to the virtual lab and you can gather the knowledge. But after that, you can simply go to the virtual lab once the pandemic is over. Before going to the physical lab, you can go to the virtual lab and perform the experiments which you are going to perform on that day for the physical lab within 15 to 20 minutes, spending 15 to 20 minutes on virtual lab. After that, you can go to the physical lab and quickly perform the experiments over there. The rest of the time in the physical lab, you can have the conversation with your faculty members. Once you are done with any of the experiments, you will have certainly have certain sets of questions in your mind. You can simply have the conversation with your faculty members. That will enhance your knowledge more appropriately. Now, basically, we have three types of virtual lab over here in a virtual lab portal. You can simply see modeling and simulation based labs, measurement based labs, and remote trigger work. So modeling and simulation based labs are those kinds of lab where you get certain sets of equation. According to that sets of equation, you will get the simulated result with the help of open based softwares which are freely available on the internet. Second is the measurement based labs where you need an exact calculative answer, that precise answer. So these all labs comes under the measurement based labs. Now, remote triggered are very interesting one. Suppose for this remote triggered lab, I will give you a scenario to understand this. Suppose all across India at IIT Kharagpur, there's only dedicated equipment which is placed at IIT Kharagpur. You want to have a hands-on that particular dedicated equipment. How will you do that? Either you have only one option, you can simply go to IIT Kharagpur and ask the respective faculty member to have a hands-on that particular machine. But through remote triggered lab, what you can do, you can simply sit back at your laptop and simply access that particular machine in the real time. Whatever the values you are going to enter through your computer, that will be entered into that machine in the real time. And you can see the exact output of over there, the emissions, down emissions, the displays, what are the behavior of that particular machine, that each and everything could be seen through your computer. So you can remotely operate that machine through your computer. But for every advantage, the disadvantage, we as a user, if I as a user is using this particular remote trigger lab in the real time right now, at this point of time, no one else can access it. But talking about modeling and simulation based labs and measurement based labs, lack of students can access in that point of time. So talking about scalability, modeling and simulation based are highly scalable, and closer to reality, remote triggers are closer to reality. Move to the next. These are the intended users: college students, high school students, different engineering colleges, researchers in different institutes. Now, these are the participating institute under Virtual Lab platform. IIT Delhi is the main coordinating center for Virtual Lab platform with various 6 IITs and private and deemed universities, as you can see. Now, these are the broad areas for Virtual Lab. Till now, these are the broad areas which has been covered through Virtual Lab platform. This is not only the stop. Multiple more new disciplines are being covered. So sooner you will find some of the more new disciplines. So elaborating right now, what are the broad areas of Virtual Lab: electronics and communication, computer science, electrical, mechanical, civil, chemical, biomedical and biotech, and applied sciences, which of course include chemical science and physical sciences. So you can see all the areas of science and engineering are covered over here. In order to perform the experiments, the lab, this is our main web portal. Simply to access each and every discipline, you can simply reach to this Virtual Lab website. I request every of the participants to note it down, this particular one-stop solution, vlab.co.in, www.vlab.co.in. You can take the snapshot or you can just write it down so that you can access this particular website and perform the experiments. Moving to the next, let's summarize each of the previous slide which we have discussed earlier into this slide. On demand lab, as per your own timing and the pace, as per your desires, you can simply access this particular Virtual Lab platform. So as per your convenience, you can simply access over here to Virtual Lab platform. Second is the integrated learning. Each and everything you will find at a single place, as we have already discussed of the complete learning management system. Third one is the self-evaluation. In order to, like, somehow if you're just making any of the project, there's certain milestones set by yourself. Just in order to check whether you are right direction or not. Similarly over here in Virtual Lab platform, this is the milestone over here, the pre-quiz and the post-quiz. Once you're done with any of the theoretical section, you can go to the pre-quiz and just perform the questions over there, so that you can just innovate yourself and just it will let you know whether you have to learn from that particular theoretical topic or not. And once you're done with the simulator part, you can go to the post-quiz where you can simply perform the questions over here. It will let you know whether you are learned from the simulator section or not. Now, action speaks louder than the voice. If we talk about the animation and video tutorials, so we all know that animations and video tutorials gives you a better insight, right? Now we have freedom to make mistake in Virtual Lab platform, but the students, what I request is once you make any of the mistake, don't commit it once again. So you can do the experiments with the help of experiments, but make sure whatever the mistakes you have committed once, not make it the second time.